This is Low Growl, and I'm happy that you're back. And I'm about to give you the ramble titled The Big Turnaround. So, for those that have been watching my channel for a while, especially before I took that big break, I think I was gone for about 8 months. But right before that time, the channel was basically kind of up in the air. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I had a whole lot on my mind, but I was not working because of I had left teaching. I was on leave or whatnot due to something that happened. But the good news is, in the end, my name was cleared of everything, and I was told that I could come back to teach. However, my thought process told me, well, if all it takes is a single student to suddenly feel a certain type of way and my livelihood is on the line, I don't really want to, I don't want to make myself party to that. I don't want that to have any type of effect on my ability to provide for my family. So I decided not to go back to teaching. It was a long story. I'm not going to go through all of that again because I did make some videos. They may even be privated at this point. But long story short, I could have went back to teaching. I decided not to. I wanted to go back into the workforce, working with adults again. So we're going to pick up. I took some notes to keep us on track. So the first part I'll tell you about, and I made some videos on this as well. I was chronicling some of this stuff, job rejections. So I was doing all types of interviews, filling out all types of applications. I made several different types of resumes for the different types of jobs I was going for. I was using, I ain't gonna lie, it's this one YouTuber. His channel is called A Life After Layoff. I was binge watching his stuff. He's got really good information. He used to be a recruiter for a number of different large companies and things, and he has like this vast knowledge of the recruiting process and job interviewing, what people are looking for and all these type of things. And the frustrating part was I've always gotten the jobs I went after. So during this time, I was applying for so many jobs, and some of those jobs actually made it very, very far in the job process, to the point where I was even getting, like, the hiring managers were telling me things that just made me think that this is going to happen, it's guaranteed, only to find out that at the end, someone came in at the last minute that would just have just enough experience over me to get the position. And I'm talking, I felt all the emotions. It was really a roller coaster. I went from happy and hopeful and like elated, literally. I'm talking, we crunching numbers. My wife and I were crunching numbers, figuring out, okay, well, if I'm making this much money, we'll take care of this bill and that and get caught up on these things. And then now we get the email saying that we've gone a different way, but we appreciate you. We're going to keep you in mind if any other positions come through. And it was bad. However, I never lost hope. My thought process was, God got me. And if a job didn't come my way, it was because that wasn't the job that God had for me. So that was my attitude through the whole thing. And knowing I could have went back into teaching, it was almost like that's the backup plan now. If I got to go back into teaching, then I'll go back into teaching. But I don't want to do that anymore. I want to use my other skills in management and warehousing and all that type of stuff, conflict management and team building, all those different things. I wanted to leverage those skills and get back into the warehousing and operations type of jobs. So I applied for all these jobs, got rejected for all these jobs. And it got so bad, it got to the point where my wife and I were talking, and she was like, hey, maybe you should consider going back to teaching. So I went and I interviewed with one of the local school systems Interview went fine. Told me they were passing me on to the next round and everything. And, it's always like a lack of male teachers. Specifically where I'm at, they make a big deal about black male teachers and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, so I'm a rare commodity. And I saw that in my previous position when I was teaching those 4 years. So I'm thinking, this is done. I'm going to be somewhere teaching. I never even heard back from them. At that point, I was like, what do I do now? I didn't want to go back anyway. But if you are in a relationship, more than anything else, your woman wants reliability or routine, some guaranteed things, like making sure that the provision is there and all that kind of stuff. So when that didn't happen, I told my wife, I was like, look, I'm not going to give up. It didn't come through for a reason. So just trust me as I trust God. Now, I had applied to about 20 different jobs at one specific employer. I won't name that employer. It's who I work for now. But I put in for like 20 jobs that I knew I qualified for. Things I've actually done those positions. I've done that work before. Got plenty of experience. Got all the education needed. Years doing these things. All the qualifications. I had it all. References and all of those things. I got rejected for all 20 jobs. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's not for me. I even had people that work in this place already giving me references or, trying to tell me how to get in there. Nothing worked. And I was just like, okay. So it was a very discouraging time. Now, I want to tell you about something else that was happening during this time. I wasn't spending my days just filling out applications like nonstop. I put in for a ton of different jobs, but y'all know I have the for Young Men's Mentorship program. So some days after I would put in some applications, I would have these meetings with my brother and another friend of mine where we would put in time to work on other things. So I was putting in time working on my Young Men's program, and in some previous videos, y'all know what it looks like and how it's, I had been making some progress, and I was just proud of what I created. So I was with my brother, and I was making lists of school systems and other organizations, sending out email blasts, working on the website, doing all these different things, basically to prepare for success. I did this it was months I was doing this, still filling out applications, still getting rejected, still feeling down some days and all of that. Those videos that I was posting during that time, I privated most of them, I believe, if not all of them. But one day, the friend, he said, hey man, I know you got your mentorship thing going. You should turn it into a standalone program instead of just selling books. Turn it into a program. And that kind of changed things because I hadn't thought about it. I was selling my program. Well, it's a program now, but I was selling it as just a resource to already established mentorship programs. So like you have your program, but if you don't have a curriculum, I have a curriculum you can use. So you can keep the name of your program and everything going, but you're just using my books as your material to teach from. He told me, turn it into a full-fledged program. His wife was already doing something similar with girls. So I kind of just looked and, talked to them just to see like how they got started and what they did. So I turned it into a standalone program. Then he said, hey, there's some other men in the area that have mentorship programs too, but they are like different than mine. So one guy, he has like a barber program. Another guy, he has his own sports league that he started. Another guy, he focuses on trades and job placement. And another guy focus more on like tech and I guess tech, STEM, things like that. So he says, we're having a photo shoot. I'm going to set up a photo shoot. He put us all into a text group. He said, I'm going to set up this photo shoot. so we can get some professional shots done, and y'all can meet each other. Just do a little networking, because I think we can do more together than separate. So I go to this photo shoot, and I meet a man named Mr. Williams, and this meeting would change a whole lot of things. So let me make sure I'm staying on track. All right, the photo shoot. So Mr. Williams, he has a program called CUTS, stands for Cleaning Up the Streets. We met at the photo shoot, and I noticed they asked us all to bring a prop that represented our program. So I brought my book. Other people brought, clippers for the barber guy, a baseball bat for the guy with the sports league and stuff. And while we were at the place, we had a little down moment where the photographer was setting up. He picked up my book, Mr. Williams, picked up my book, started looking through it, and he was just like, man, we really need to connect. Like, I need to get with you. I need your information so we can talk about this. This looks like what I need to add to my program. Now, most of y'all have probably had a conversation where somebody says, like, yo, let me get your information, man. Let's connect. Let's get together. But it's really kind of we just being nice. We just playing nice. Sounds good. You showing interest in what the other person is doing. Well, he was not playing. And we set up a meeting. I had already taken my book to the next step and create a standalone program. So we had a meeting at his place. He had started small, but he had made it to a place where now he had his own building, and he needed this other piece. So he focuses on the trade skills and job placement. I focus on personal development of the young men as individuals. So building up their confidence, building up their ability to have professional conversations, job interviewing, conflict resolution, SMART goals, SWOT analysis, personal SWOT analysis, all these different things to build them up as individuals and make them better people so that they can take advantage of the opportunities given when they get into the trades and they have to interview for these jobs. So it's like a good 1-2 punch. It was like a perfect fit. One thing, my thing complemented what his thing is. So we get together and we sit down. I bring my book, and he just starts asking me different questions about the program and how do I track data, what is the end goal of the program, what is it going to do, and I walk him through step by step everything that's going on. And he says, I want to hire you. I want to contract you to do your program from this. Like, I want you to run the full course of your program. How much does it cost? Quoted him a price. He said, done. I was like, oh man, are my ears deceiving me? No, they were not. I landed my first contract, and my program went from September 16th to about mid-January. So it's a 20-week program. And so I was going over to his facility Monday through Thursday every week, and I was mentoring 40 boys, and it went so well. I met a lot of good guys, and they said, Linwood, he said that him and some of the other staff, they were saying that my presence really forced everybody to kind of step up their game. Not kind of, it forced everybody to step up their game because I'm always on time. I'm always prepared. I'm well-spoken. I'm professional. It's like I'm really about my business. Like, you're paying me to provide this service for you. So I'm in there like really having great conversations, got these young men thinking, and kind of going through like a real deep assessment of who they are, where they stand, and now we have a foundation, and now we're going to build on it. And week over week, the conversations were getting better and better. And I actually learned a lot of things about what I want to do to improve the program. So while I was doing this, Mr. Williams comes back to me and he says, "Look, you're doing a great job. How do you feel about training my staff so that they can be more on the level, be a bit more professional? Because we've never operated on this level before, but you know what you're doing." So I said, "Sure," and he pays me an additional fee to train the staff once a month. I go in there, do my PowerPoint and everything, real thorough stuff, and so it's another opportunity for me to earn more. Then he came and said, "How do you feel about just joining my staff? Like, you can do your program. I'm not asking for exclusivity or anything. You can still do everything with your program, but I want you to be a member of my staff because you're just so good at what you do. The boys love you, and I'll pay you, I'll pay you a salary to be on my staff." Crazy thing is, I was already coming over there Monday through Thursday, and when I transitioned out of my portion and we went into the we'll just call it phase 2, where the focus went from my stuff to the trades and skills, I only have to go on Thursdays, but I'm getting extra money every month to do that. So it's not even like you're asking me to do anything extra. But I brought so much value. It was just amazing. It really proved that I had something special. And right now I'm in the process of updating my books and materials to my second editions, because I learned a lot and I want to implement more to the materials to get the guys where they need to be. Now, the other part of this, after or right before we sealed the deal on the contract, that place that I applied to 20 times and got rejected every time, I got an email from them telling me what job to apply for. So I applied for the job, interview got set up. I interviewed, and the interview went excellent. It went excellent. I answered all the questions. It was a panel interview, so it was 3 individuals asking me different questions and tell me about a time this happened and what would you do in this position and what would you do. Like, just it was a lot of different things, but I did well, and I got the job. The last thing I said was when I finished interviewing, like, I'm talking, we were like laughing. It was really good. And they asked me at the end, which is typical, "Do you have any questions?" And I was like, "Well, you pretty much answered my questions during the interview, but if I had a final question, my question is, can I have the job?" And it made the guy that was interviewing me, made him laugh, because he never heard that before. But I was motivated. I was excited about the position. When they sent me the email, I read over everything that it entails, and I was like, man, this is right up my alley. And the pay, it's like I'm making pretty good money, And so he said, I still gotta interview the people that I got in line, but I'll definitely let you know what's going on. And that was it. But I felt like that was a really great final question. It was another person, I can't remember the name of the channel, but they said, ask for the job. Like, let that be the last thing you do, is actually ask for the job, because most people that interview, they never ask, can they have the job? So I was like, I have nothing to lose. So I was like, I have nothing to lose. So I asked if I could have the job. And about a week later, I got the phone call, and they made an offer. And of course, I tried to negotiate, because when I was watching the Life After Layoff, I'm talking, this guy covers everything. And I was looking at some other people too, but they were talking about negotiating salaries and everything like that. But anyways, I tried my negotiation tactic. They were firm on what they offered, but they offered a good number. So I was like, man, I went from making zero. Like, some things happened. I couldn't even get unemployment. I was unemployed for over a year. I was looking for work for over a year. And during that time, it was rough. But here I was. I had got the job. And shortly after that, I got the contract. So now I went from making zero to, I'm not gonna say the number, but things are okay. and I'm just in such a much better place now. But I'm so thankful and grateful because of just the things that I experienced during that downtime. Actually, it really made me focus. It's interesting how hardship makes you very creative. It makes you very focused because it's like you're up against a deadline, month to month, trying to figure out how I would pay rent, how I would pay power and water and get groceries. God blessed me so much during these times. My neighbor literally would come to me, and he came to me at least 4 times, and gave me that handshake, that special handshake, and he'd hand me like $400, and he'd say, "Brad, God told me to give you this money. I don't want you to pay me back. I just want, when you get on your feet, I just want you to pay it forward. You're a great guy. You got a great family. You're a great neighbor. If you need anything, just let me know." And he would bring food over and things like that. If he went to the grocery store and stuff like that, he would pop up and just, "Man, I was thinking about you, and I figured, like, I know you like to cook on the grill. Yeah, man, you should throw this up there. You like lamb? Oh man, I'm gonna cook some lamb chops. I'll bring you some." And just the kindness of others unexpectedly, it's like God has a way to sustain you. So if you're going through something, like, don't give up. Don't give up. My faith is really my foundation of my life. It truly is. And during this time, it was hard, but God came through every time. Like, I didn't have more than enough, but I had what I needed. It was a couple times when my water got turned off. I remember one time my power got shut off, but it was always somebody willing to help me and pay my bill. And it's like, it was just amazing. And it was a really big faith booster for me. And it really helped me to just grow in my trust in God's ability to provide for me and my family. So I'm super grateful. And so now I want to talk a little bit about current state. So over a year being unemployed, then suddenly I have a job, salary job. I work in an office. I get to go in clean. I get to come out clean. I got flexibility. If I need to pick up my kids from school or have an appointment, I got the opportunity to work from home if I need to. It's been a huge blessing. I'm so grateful. Every day I go in, I just sit at my desk and I say, "God, I thank you for this job." Working with Mr. Williams over at Cuts has been a great opportunity. I got to go to the Pro Bowl. That was one of the trips that we took. We went to the Pro Bowl down in Florida this year, and he bought a ticket for my son. So I got to take my son to the Pro Bowl. I'd never been to an NFL game or an NFL event, and I got to go there with my son. So that was like some great memories down there in Florida. And I was with my mentees. So it was just a great experience all around. He bought me this powerful laptop. I ain't even gonna get into it, but it's been a blessing. It's been a huge blessing. A lot of great things have happened in this short amount of time that I've been working and doing things with Cuts. I've been invited to several black tie events at this big casino here where I live, where I'm like in there with senators and mayors and different delegates and Congress people, just getting introduced to different people, because the kind of program that I'm running is so needed. Here in Hampton, where I live, they literally, at the beginning of the school year, the mayor got on TV and said, "We need men to mentor our young boys." And it's like, there's always a need, but not many people step up. And what I'm trying to do with my program is step up. And I've learned a lot of things working with Mr. Williams. So he's shown me a lot of the steps, how he got to where he is to get the funding and things to get the building that he has and all that type of stuff. But right now, I'm just I'm not ready for a building. I thought I was, but I'm not really ready for a building. It's like I'm looking for people. I got to get me a team. I got to get a team together. I have taken it to the place where I have a legitimate nonprofit. I have my website and everything like that. I may even put it in like a little card or something in the video. I don't know. Or in like a pinned comment or something. But I've been taking the steps I need to take so that when I'm ready to seek funding, then I can get the funding. I got a partnership with a local community college where they want to support my program whenever I'm ready. They're ready to and prepared to give trades training to these high school age boys for free and help them get jobs and everything. I also have some other connections that God has blessed me with over the years that have connections in high places where when I'm ready, they're ready to make the introductions and make some things happen. So everything is things are falling into place, but I'm not rushing any of it. It would be great to have money and funding now, but I'm not in a place where I can handle it. I'm not in a place where I can manage it because I'm just one person. I can only do so much on my own. Over at Cuts, where Mr. Williams is, his secretary was telling me like, "Hey, you've brought so much value. What you have is gold. Like you're sitting on a diamond with your program." And she was like, "You're gonna get funded. Just don't leave us. We really need you over here." And that, it was a funny moment, but it just kind of goes to show sometimes we'll have ideas and we'll be working on things. And because it's our idea and we don't see much progress happening, we'll kind of sleep on our own ideas, not realizing that what you have is the answer to someone else's prayer. What you are putting together is exactly what somebody out there needs. So if nothing else, I want this ramble to encourage you not to give up on what it is you're putting together. And make sure what you're putting your time into and what you're working on, make sure it's not a money grab. Make sure that you're trying to you're trying to improve the life of others. You're trying to give back in some way. You're improving somebody's life. You're taking care of a problem, like you're addressing a problem or whatever it might be. But you can't, some things it just can't be about the money. If there's anything else, the public school agreement I have, they want to re-up with me next year for the 25-26 school year. So that'll be another nice payday for the organization. It's just so much happening. And from this, what you see behind me and what you see me sitting on, this nice brown gaming chair, so comfy, but it's like the computer and everything. I'm not going to give like the little tour, but all of this is possible because of me not giving up and just trusting God and being patient and not losing heart. Because I've been in, like, I'm telling you, one job that I got rejected for, I literally went upstairs. I was upstairs when I got the news, and I got up and I went in my bathroom and I just started punching the door. I almost broke the door open. And then I went outside and I just took a walk because I couldn't believe that I made it that far into the process. The guy had told me, he said, "I'm trying to groom somebody to take my position. And I think you're that guy." Only at the last minute to have him tell me somebody edged me out just a little bit that had more experience in the job. This was probably the most devastating of all the rejections, because I actually interviewed at this company for a different lower level job. They looked at my resume and said, "You're too educated for this. Like with your qualifications and experience, let me introduce you to somebody. And they took me to this man who was like the overall manager or director or something like that of this specific area. And it went all the way to that point, and then I didn't get the opportunity. Oh man. But I didn't lose heart. It's okay to get upset. It's okay to get angry. Like all of these emotions and things we have, they're all, for lack of a better word, they're all coping mechanisms to help us handle the ups and downs of life. It's okay to be angry. I just don't act out of anger. But it's okay to experience these emotions and things because that's a part of who we are. That's a part of human nature. But it can be a delicate balance of not going into a dark place and kind of spiraling out of control. And I just didn't let it happen. I just kept my faith and said, you know what, this is just not the job that was for me. And I can literally say the job I have now, I feel like it was custom made just for me because it fits so well with the needs that I have and the flexibility that I require to be able to operate and do the young men's mentorship program at the same time. So it is costing me. It costed me a lot of time and things like that, but it's so worth it because when I look back, I'm like I had nothing, and now I have more than enough happening, and I'm still catching up on things. It's still like all my financial woes are not over, but I'm in a position now that I can start knocking some things down. My goal is I want to be debt free. I don't need to be rich. I just want to be debt free. And at some point in my life, I want to experience that sooner rather than later. There might be somebody out there now watching this video. You may have the capability of helping me become debt free. Let me know in the comments if you want to do that. But either way, it's like I have my goal set clearly. I want to buy my house. The people that I'm renting from, they live out of state and they want to sell to me, but it's like all these things kept happening that would throw us off track of reaching that specific goal to be able to buy the house. And I'm just like, you know what? The devil will not win. It's going to happen. You know, I've been educating myself, trying to figure out more about investing and stuff like that. I'm gonna get into all of those things, even through the ASMR channel. I'm believing that I'll have more opportunities to get more voice work. It only takes one part. It only takes one person to hear me, and the opportunity could show up. You know, so the final thing I'll ramble about is the channel, the ASMR channel. Many of you remember before I went out for that 8-month break, y'all knew, let me see how long I've been recording. Oh man, it's only been like a half hour. Not bad. So before I took the 8-month break, I was making videos and I was just like, man, I want to do some encouraging type stuff. And I was, posing questions to you guys and just trying to talk about uplifting, encouraging things. Like at the core of who I am, that's what I like to do. I like to encourage people and push folks to do better and chase your dreams and don't give up on your hopes and, put in the planning and the things you need to do to get your business going. But it wasn't really responded to that well. Some people enjoyed it, but I noticed I'm trying to think, well, the best way to put it is I was frustrated and I was trying to figure out a new direction, not just for the channel. It's almost like because of what was happening with the job situation and everything, I didn't feel like making ASMR. On top of that, I've never had a dedicated office space in my home where I could just have things set up and I could just press the button, start recording and press the button and stop. I always had to set up and break down and make sure I was recording late because I needed family to be quiet and things like that. It was just too much trying to do the ASMR videos. So I just was like, man, I just wasn't feeling it at the time. But through the job and everything else that I just talked to y'all about, now I have a dedicated recording area, and it's easy. Like, y'all see how frequently I've been posting. It's easy for me to come in here, hit the button, record, do what I got to do, having a dedicated space. Nobody comes down here and bothers me. And it's wonderful. And it's giving me like a rejuvenated energy boost to post ASMR again and really like try to make a good run of it. Like I know that I can reach 100,000 subscribers. It's just a matter of time. And I think at this point, the mysterious algorithm, it's almost like I need to post and get, so the key is going to be getting comments and activity from viewers. So when y'all like the video and you comment, that's interaction that tells the algorithm who they need to push the videos to. I already know that 8 months hurt me taking that time off. But if I'm consistent and I keep posting and y'all keep interacting with me and the subscribers go up, I mean, when I posted the first 25 of the 50 ASMR facts you don't know, I got like 60 new subscribers, like right off the bat. That video had like over 1,000 views, and my videos never do that well. Now, since that video, I haven't had 1,000 views on anything yet, but it's just a matter of time. I've had some new subscribers and great new interactions in the comment section, and I'm just committed to it. I'm like, you know what? At some point, I could be doing this full time. You know, it's like it's gonna happen. I just feel good about it. I'm not pressed. I'm not stressed. I'm just like, hey, I just want to put out some quality ASMR content, stay in my lane, do what I do, give you guys what you want. And I lost sight of that 8 months ago, but now I'm back in a good mind space when it comes to the channel. And it's fun doing it again. It's fun. When I look at my setup, I just feel so blessed. And I'm just in such a good mood when I do my videos now because of that hardship that I went through. And now I'm just so grateful that I can talk to you all again and interact with you all again. Like, even right now, it's like I literally feel like I'm talking to you. I feel like I got somebody in the room that I'm just talking to a good friend. And that's how I feel about my lowbrow legion at this point. Hopefully a lot more people will start finding my channel. And I remember early on in my growth, some larger ASMR channels actually gave me shout outs and things. And I think I lost sight of what I had going, because I was even in an article where they were talking about Black ASMR artists, and I was featured in this article along with some other very popular Black ASMR artists. And to be mentioned in that same article, I'm like, wow, I had a good thing going. But life happens, y'all. Life happens, and it just wasn't meant for that time. It wasn't meant for that time. I believe everything happens for a reason. There are no coincidences. So for me to be back posting how I am now with a good attitude, with a clear mind, and a clear goal in mind, I'll have 100,000 at some point. And I don't think it's going to take a super long time, but it will require some interaction from you guys. You know, even if you give me a like just for the algo, just do it. If you watch the videos and you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. I would love to be able to make videos full time. I actually have another channel going, but I'm not going to say what it is just yet. I want to build up the library over there a little bit before I reveal what it is. But I'm excited about it. It's something I enjoy doing, and I think y'all will enjoy it a lot as well. Shout out to any of you watching that have your own channel. Hopefully you can be encouraged by what I just talked about. I don't want you to give up. I can't even recall all the names right now of the people that have commented on my channel that have their own channels, but God bless you all. I appreciate you so much, and the encouraging words that you've given me, as well as, you know, just any subscriber, any commenter. All of this stuff is very encouraging, and the best is yet to come. So this has been the ramble about the great turnaround in my life. And I'm happy to be able to share it with you. talk to me in the comments. Has this been encouraging for you? You got anything on your mind? I would love to be able to give you a response, and just push you in the right direction, or just help lift your spirits. Hopefully this video has done that for you. It's been therapeutic sitting here talking through all these things, because I feel like every passing week I was just like, man, I need to do this. I need to do this update, because I know a lot of you actually do enjoy these life updates, and but I feel like I needed to have a steady amount of just straight ASMR before I even got into any of the rambling type of stuff, because I just felt like it wasn't balanced in the past. But now I'm trying to be more balanced, and I think it's a good strategy. That being said, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and don't give up. No matter what you're going through, if you're going through hard times, please don't give up. I'm proof positive that it will work out. Things will work if you work it. Prepare for success. Don't just wish for it. And it's going to take work. It's going to take effort. Nothing's going to just fall out of the sky. So stop praying for oak trees and pick up that acorn and plant that thing, because the oak tree is in the acorn. Okay? We don't get finished products. We have to put time and effort and nurturing into the things that we do, and it eventually grows into what we saw in our vision. Y'all be blessed. I love you. Thank you for still being here. And I am, my heart is full. My heart is full, and I'm just super, super grateful for such a great audience. I lost some subscribers during that rough patch when I was figuring out, like, I had made a video saying I wasn't even doing ASMR anymore. I was going to do something else, but nah, baby, we back, and I'm doing ASMR again, okay? And I'm in it to win it. I'm in it for the long haul, so keep on rocking with me, and I'll see you next time.